Hello, and welcome to the Key Surgical Online Education Series. My name is Lindsay Brown, the Clinical Education Manager for Key Surgical, and I am thrilled to have the opportunity to share some important industry information with you today. Our goal is always patient safety, and please remember that you play a critical role in that. There are some really hard questions to answer when talking about clean. How clean is clean? How clean is clean enough? How clean is safe? Regardless of how complex your surgical device is, cleaning starts with the most simple and basic tool for cleaning, the brush. Our governing bodies all point out the importance of proper brush selection, so let's talk about it. Proper brush selection is critical to thorough and effective cleaning, and the most important factors in effective and efficient cleaning are maximum bristle tip contact and the proper type of bristle for the surface being cleaned. I'd like to do a brief demonstration about proper brush sizing. Let's say that this clear tube I have here is the lumen we want to clean. I have 3 brushes, and I know that one of them is the proper size. You might be tempted to say, the bigger the brush, the better the clean. But as I twist this large brush through the lumen, the bristles lay flat against the walls of the lumen and don't produce enough friction for scrubbing bioburden off of the inner channel. The brush could become stuck inside the channel, possibly damaging the device and also damaging the brush. The last thing we want to do is damage the hospital's investment during manual cleaning. So be sure that there is about a 45-degree angle of bristles to the surface being cleaned. If I try to use the smallest diameter brush, you can see that the bristles don't touch the walls of the lumen at all, providing no scrubbing action necessary for thorough cleaning. The brush diameter should never be smaller than the diameter of the lumen you are cleaning. Let's try this one. As you can see, twisting this brush through the lumen creates a 45-degree angle, allowing those bristle tips to scrub the inside of this device. This is the perfect size brush for the device. The brush you choose should be about 2 inches longer than the channel being cleaned, or long enough to ensure the bristles extend fully out of the open end. Each healthcare facility will have a specific policy about the reuse and disposal of cleaning brushes. Single-use brushes are intended for one-time use and are the safest and easiest way to minimize cross-contamination. Disposable and reusable brushes are intended to be used until they're no longer useful, such as worn-out bristles or kinked handles. Reuse of any cleaning tools increases the risk of cross-contamination. According to ANSI AMI ST 79, brushes used for decontamination need to be cleaned themselves and disinfected or sterilized. Brushes that show wear will not clean thoroughly. Prompt cleaning of brushes and other cleaning implements reduces or eliminates biofilm-forming microorganisms. ANSI AMI also states that worn brushes should be discarded. Reusable brushes should be cleaned after each use and disinfected or sterilized at least once a day. Single-use cleaning implements should be discarded after each use. Speaking of worn bristles, what are the things to watch for when inspecting your brush to ensure they will effectively clean your surgical instruments and devices without causing damage? First of all, watch for any missing, worn, frayed, or damaged bristles. If you notice any of these things, throw the brush away and replace it with a new one. An important question to ask yourself is, where did these bristles end up? Also, watch for any kinks or severe bends in the brush handle. Kinks could potentially scratch the inside of your lumen, and any scratch on the inside of a lumen is the perfect opportunity for bacteria to throw a party. Also, watch for residual organic soil. If any organic soil remains on the brush itself, it cannot be easily removed. There's a definite risk for reintroduction of those gross soils into other lumens, and also cross-contamination of harmful microorganisms. Be sure to get a new brush if you see any of these things. Now, there are some serious risks associated with improper brush use and selection. Number 1, the ineffective removal of bioburden, resulting in patient harm. This is the biggest risk of all because patient safety is always top priority for healthcare workers. Another risk is damage to the device you are cleaning. Your hospital spends so much money on these devices, and damaging them during manual cleaning is definitely something we want to and can avoid. By selecting the wrong brush or using your brush incorrectly, You could damage the brush, which could result in broken bristles or stems being left in the device. If these go unnoticed, they could end up inside a patient. And a final risk, additional time required for re-cleaning. You have so many things to do throughout your workday. The last thing you want to do is add this to your to-do list. Re-clean these instruments that weren't cleaned properly the first time. Brushes are the necessary tools that help ensure positive patient outcomes. Thank you for what you do in the effort toward patient safety. And remember, keep educating yourself.